Assalamu alaikum once again to all. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Abdullah Zbayd. This is Break Your Face TV, and a big hello to our guest returning to join us, this time with a title, UAE Warriors Featherweight Champion Jesse Big Cat Arnett. Jesse, thank you for your time. How's it going, brother?
We're good, brother. It's mid-afternoon here in Calgary, Alberta. I got one session done this morning. I got some
Nice.
boxing in actually 2 hours with some young guys. So we're just putting in that work, embracing the journey. How are you, my friend?
Good stuff, good stuff. I'm doing all right, doing all right. Congratulations once again on winning the belt at the last event. You told us you'd go to Abu Dhabi, you'd step into that cage and win that fight. You did just that. We'll get into all the controversy in a second. We'll discuss the biggest rematch in UAE Warriors history. But first, how did it feel winning that night and hearing UAE Warriors featherweight champion called out before your name?
Great question. All the bullshit aside, nobody will ever take that away from me. July 2nd, I won the UAE Warriors Featherweight World Championship, and we had a good time doing it. And I am super excited for the rematch. I love the matchup, and things are heating up, man. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It seemed like it would have been the perfect ending to your movie, Modern Day Warrior. But after we did our post fight interview in the locker room, you were saying that might not be the end of it. Let's talk about what happened first. Before the brawl, the fight ended via doctor stoppage in the second round. You cut Ali above his eye. Some people were saying that the stoppage was unnecessary and the fight could have continued. What are your thoughts on that?
It was a nasty cut. However, nobody wants to lose a championship like this. Uh, they should have kept that fight going. However, his forehead was hanging out. A couple more punches, a couple more shots on the floor, even. If I nicked that thing one more time, it would have been bad news. It was bad news for him. He was leaking. Um, that's why we're having a rematch. Like you said, I went and greeted him to an immediate rematch because nobody wants to lose their world championship on a doctor's stoppage. However, that cut was deep. That cut was nasty. That referee and that doctor saved his life.
And do you think that the fight would have gone your way regardless of whether or not the doctor had stopped it?
Oh, 100%. Uh,
Yeah.
I got him to the floor one more time. I throw a left hand on that eye, my front
Mhm.
hand, the jab. Like I just mentioned, one or two more shots on that thing, and that's dangerous. That's bad. I'm not a referee. I'm not a doctor. I'm there to fight. I'm there to compete, like we spoke about that night. However, I do understand nobody wants to lose a championship on a doctor's stoppage. And this is why we're going again, baby. September 17th, like you just said, the biggest rematch in the history of UAE Warriors. And I'm just super excited and super blessed to be a part of something so big.
We're looking forward to it as well. Jesse, did anything surprise you about the fight or about Ali? And did anything go as you expected, let's say?
He knows this. It's been well documented. I was plagued with some injuries this year. I did not get the best training camp. I was a little fatigued going into that second round, but at the end of the day, I didn't even have to bring the dog out of me yet. I was there for 25 minutes, and he's a good fighter. He fought in the UFC for a reason. His best weapon is his fighting spirit. His second best weapon is his cardio. He's got decent kicks with some small adjustments, and me at 90%. The exact same thing's going down September 17th. Mark my words.
Now, after the stoppage, we saw what happened. You and I personally talked about it immediately afterwards. For those who may not be aware, please tell us a little bit about the words exchanged after the fight. What led to the commotion, almost a brawl even, when the fight ended?
I went up to him and I said, Ali, I respect you. You deserve an immediate rematch. Tempers flared. He started pushing. I don't want to get pushed after I'm just greeting him to an immediate rematch. So the wrestling, the pro wrestling in me I stuck my tongue out and threw my hands in the air. I was going to run to the top of the cage and celebrate. I did not realize that he was completely behind me. So right when I got to the top of the cage, I was going to turn around, celebrate, rub it in a little bit because of the heat of the moment. And he had bumped the cage and I fell off completely. And now it turns into an absolute melee. His fans are messaging me, oh, you're running from him. I just stood in the cage with him and drove my elbow through his skull. I am not afraid of Ali Alqaisi. I have 30 professional fights at the highest level. We signed up for this. It got out of control. There was some pro wrestling, and like I mentioned also with you before, I grew up on a pro wrestling background, and I like this, man. I like the heat. I like Ali Alqaisi. I respect him. He's got fighting spirit, and this is a completely different fight. I'm a completely different fighter. I'm showing up 100 times more prepared than last time. I literally started my training camp June 1st for the July 2nd event, and I had no wrestling. I had no grappling. I had a pretty severe injury last April. I've spent everything and done everything I can over the last few months in the physiotherapy room. I got a great team of doctors and physiotherapists, and we are well on our road to recovery. I was 85% last week. I'm sitting 90% this week. I was wrestling with some top wrestlers yesterday. Everything's on point, man. I'm just super blessed and super thankful to come into this one healthy.
Good stuff, good stuff. The next day, the rematch was announced, as we're all referring to it, the biggest rematch in UAE Warriors history, of course. Ali stepped into the ring at one point between the fights, addressed the audience, explained what went down from his point of view. You guys had a face-off, some more words were exchanged. How tense was that moment specifically, and did you feel at any point like we were going to have a repeat of the day before?
I enjoyed it. He spoke to my team. Ali's a good guy. He didn't want things to end like that, and I understand his frustration. I like staring him down. I like that because at UAE Warriors, you don't get to do that at the weigh-in. So I really enjoyed that in the ring with the Royal Fighter. Like we mentioned, I'm the Royal Cat, Ali. How about that? And the banter back and forth is good. I know he's down in South Florida right now. Working. I'm up here north and we're working. We're two game guys, and we're going to show up September 17th in the middle, and we're going to see what happens. And like I just said, it's going to be a repeat. Big Cat, and still your UAE Warriors featherweight world champ. Mark my words, Ali. Mark my words.
You know, we heard you say it before, we just heard it again. The Royal Cat. There's been some trash talk, some taunts being exchanged. He's been calling you small cat as well. Does this kind of back and forth motivate you? You referred to the pro wrestling, but does it motivate you even more? And do you think it's helping to get under his skin?
For sure. He's over there with another media outlet. Shout out to my coaches, Ali Sharkey and Mo Asef. They know the language, right? So my coach breaks down the interview. He's over there telling these guys that this should have been a no contest. Like, did you watch Jorge Masvidal against Nathan Diaz? Like I said to you, Ali, nobody wants to lose on a doctor's stoppage, but bro, you have 15, what do you got, 20? I don't even know how many fights you have. You know the rules, man. You're not getting a no contest because I drove my elbow through your skull and I opened you up. That's not how it works. That's a TKO. That's 20 wins on my sheer dog, son. September 17th, you're number 21, back to back. How do you like that? The Royal Cat.
So the interview you're referring to was with our good friend Yusuf from MMA 101. And as you rightfully said, he's asking for a no contest. You think absolutely there's no way possible of that happening?
Shake my head at that. Do you not know the rules? Like, it was, I no contested my elbow through your eyeball, and that's it. That was a nasty cut. Imagine that was one elbow. So imagine he takes another shot on there. Imagine he takes one more. Bad news all the way around. Nothing but respect for his fighting abilities. He was embarrassed to lose to me. He still thinks that he can stuff my takedowns. I guarantee he won't be as kick heavy though, because that kick cost him. He slipped. I got on top, and it was one elbow through the guard, split him wide open.
Jesse, are you doing anything different this time to prepare? And what are you expecting from Ali this time around?
I expect more of the same with lower volume. There's no way he's going to come out as aggressive as he did last time. To be honest, that was the best he ever looked, I thought. He wasn't trying to put punches up to get on my legs. He was standing there kickboxing. I made some small errors. The biggest difference is I got a training camp this time. No excuses. I will show up by any means necessary every single time. But I'm getting some wrestling in. I'm getting some jiu-jitsu in. And that's where I'm strong. He's a good striker. He is. He's got good movement. He handles the distance management well. I'm just better all around. And I sound the same here, but September 17th, he's going to get it. And it could be worse even.
Do you see yourself ending the fight this time around as well?
I was telling James Lynch, my buddy here in Canada, Ali's super durable. There's a 70% chance maybe that this goes all 5 rounds. I am going to be prepared for all 5 rounds. However, he rushed this rematch. This is too early. That cut's going to open up like paper mache with my front hand. I'll probably open it up on the feet with a jab. I get him to the floor one time early in the first round, second round. That's all he's going to be thinking about for sure. So it's going to be a good fight, but it's going to be a TKO for the big cat again, and it's going to be late second round, third round.
Jesse, we're definitely excited for this one. We'll be talking to Ali in the next couple of days. Do you have anything you want to say to him before we sign off?
I've already said it. I respect the guy. I like him. He's got fighting spirit. He's got good cardio. But don't think for 1 second that that was my best performance. And I still put my elbow through you. I will show up September 17th and have my career performance. I have no doubts. We are revving the motor. I am coming with cardio. I like a good challenge. This is a good challenge. Let's see what you got, Ali. Let's see what you got for real.
We can't wait. We can't wait. We're super looking forward to the biggest rematch in UAE Warriors history. We're excited. I'm 100% sure you're excited. Your opponent is excited. All the fans around the world are definitely excited. We cannot wait, Jesse. We want to thank you for all of your time. And of course, as always, wish you safety and health going into your fight. And best of luck, brother.
Thank you, brother. And thank you to Fuad Darwish and UAE Warriors for the world-class production, the world-class fights. We're on Yas Island, Fight Island, the fight capital of the world. And yeah, this is high profile, and I'm just super blessed and super thankful to get in there and dance with the Royal Fighter again. Super stoked. And it's getting down to short time now, 28 days or so. We'll see you soon, Ali. We'll see you soon, brother.